Hello everybody. I'm doing this video because I was asked by Sharon Stewart, who is a good friend of mine. Hi Sharon. Um, my name is Darren Johnson, and Sharon asked me quite a while back to do this video for you, and I guess I've just literally been so busy that I just didn't have the time, and then I had memory this morning that I needed to do it, so this is me doing it. Anyway, excuse the waffling. The reason that I'm doing this video is Sharon said, could you do a video about your current situation of having to find success without using network marketing? And I thought, yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. So I want to share with you my story. But I'm not going to make this a really long-winded video, so don't worry too much about that, really. Um, so my name is Darren Johnson. I am 37 years old and living in the UK, but very, very soon I'm about to move to another country, which is something that I've wanted to do for the last 17 years. And I bought my first house at the age of 22. And like everybody, when you buy your first house, you're like, this is really exciting. I'm set for life. I've got a mortgage. And, moving forward, I'm going to build a career. And that's how we all kind of start out. And then after having the mortgage, I guess about 2 years later, I got in a little bit of network marketing. And I'm not really going to talk about the company because it's not about bad mouthing the companies. The companies that I were with are still here, so the system works. Um, just not for me. But this first company that I tried, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't have the time, and I kind of thought it's not for me. So paying on a credit card, I was like, oh, well, I've got the rest of my life to pay it off. And then I worked in, my background was in working in finance. I worked in for a very big bank in the UK, and I worked in the collections department. I thought, in all honesty, it was the safest job in the world because I was told it was the safest job in the world. And then I lost my job in 2010 after the recession hit. That took a bit of a knock, and at the same time, I was introduced in 2008 to another opportunity with another network marketing company that I did and had some success with. But again, I didn't really pursue it. And the reasons I think were two things. I don't have children, but I love animals, and one of my animals I had was a golden Labrador called Sam, and we lost him very suddenly in 2011. And at the same time, a year later, we lost a very close member of the family, and it really kind of set me back. And from leaving the banking sector, I tried various different things, and I was like, okay, well, I know now that I don't want to pay a mortgage for the next 20 odd years, and I want some financial freedom. And I kind of looked at every single avenue, every single path, spent quite a lot of money trying different things. Um, and some I had a little bit of success, others not so much. Um, Now, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is I want to tell you where I am today. Um, I don't do network marketing anymore, and I haven't done it for a considerable period of time. But very, very recently, we made a life-changing decision that we were going to move to Bulgaria. And the reason why is we've always wanted to try another country. The housing was extremely cheap, so I was able to buy a house outright, which means I don't have a mortgage. So it's kind of like lining everything up. So, I got really, really excited about it and then kind of wrapped my brains as to, well, what am I going to do? Will I have to look at more network marketing and work even harder in order to live over there? And what I decided to do was just to take a step back and stop looking and thinking, right, well, when the move happens, it'll be at the right time. And for me, I moved from I was over in Bulgaria and I got introduced to an opportunity about teaching English as a foreign language. Now, this isn't something that I would have ever considered. I was thinking like in teaching English, I don't have a degree. I didn't go to university, and I was thinking this is a pretty big deal. And somebody that I spoke to was like, no, 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 that's fine. You don't need a degree, but you need to do this course and you can teach it online. And I'm like, right, well, I'd be really interested. At the time, I was working in accidents, automotive accident claims and the collections again. And it was okay, but it was very high pressured, very demanding job, and it was full time, which is something that I didn't want to do. So I made the decision that when I looked at the pay was heavily reduced. But what I kept thinking was, well, if I can do it for now on a part time basis and I can get by with a little money, it'll be even more money for Bulgaria. So that kind of put the wheels in motion. So a little over a year ago, I applied for the position and I got the job. And I started in June. So it's coming up to, where are we, month 10. And I've been doing that job ever since. And then what I found was being in a job that I least expected. I didn't honestly expect to be teaching English. It was the last thing on my mind, and I guess when I decided to make that commitment, things just started happening. Then we decided that because we had an income going to come in, that we would put our house on the market in October, thinking that we would get a buyer at the beginning of the year, and we were very fortunate to get a buyer 2 weeks after putting it on the market. So the house was sold in February, and at the moment I'm in temporary accommodation. I actually go over on Friday to Bulgaria to take some things. Then I'm coming back. Then we move at the beginning of April. So we're looking at about 20 days until the move. But the thing being is, here's the point I want to make. I'm 37 and I'm moving to a home where I'm going to be mortgage free. How many people at 37 can do that? How many people can have that, kind of worry-free commitment of thinking, well, yeah, this is the roof over my head and it's never going to be taken from me. So the point that I'm making is the income, with the income that I'm getting and everything, it's not full time, it's not heavy pressured. But the point I want to make is that there are other areas other than network marketing and these other schemes that you can utilize and look into. It's all about thinking out of the box, and not following the traditional routes. If you're successful in network marketing, then obviously carry on doing that. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. So there are other avenues and other areas. You just have to go and find them and do some research and see how it goes. Yeah. So that is a little bit about my story. I wanted to keep the video around about 10 minutes. So that's my story. I hope that that was okay for you. And thank you very much for watching. And I really wish you the very best with your success in the future. And just remember what I said, look at all these amazing avenues and areas. Think outside the box, look at the bigger picture, and hopefully you'll have a lot of fun with it, like what I'm doing. Um, That's absolutely everything from me now. If you found this is on my YouTube channel. It's not a dedicated channel, but if you would like to follow it,